Hello Team TBB, yes, the Beautiful Brain Show, and this show is dedicated to raise awareness and advocate about raising kids with special needs such as autism, ADHD, selective mutism, and so on and so on. Today, allow me to speak from the perspective of a dad, and this is because I have had an amazing journey, a very good experience raising two boys with autism. And I was just doing a couple of reflections just from how we started to see this journey from day one. My wife, compared to me, was very, very quick. She was faster in accepting that the boys are on the spectrum. And she knew from day one that they require more support. She was also very, very agile. She acted very, very quickly and started focusing on getting boys early interventions. However, as a dad, I took long, to see this as my story, to own it as much as it is hers. And it is a thing I have probably observed with several other dads, especially now that I have been in Kenya for some time. And I have had a lot of interactions with the people who are raising kids on the spectrum. And in some cases, it is worse because dads are either running away when they find that their child is a special kid. If they are married, they leave the marriage and they go on to remarry, and you find that it is just the woman raising these kids alone. Dads, look, I know this is a very, very scary journey, and it's very sad actually when you learn that your child has autism or any other special needs. Even on my part, it's not easy, it is always very, very difficult, but I can tell you a couple of things I have maybe experienced, and I have found them very, very interesting when raising kids with autism. First, the child needs to get a sense of belonging, and we as dads, we need to own the story as much as our wives or partners are doing it. It is when we boldly accept that we start focusing then on creating solutions to support the child. And when we dads own the story, I believe from my experience, magical things start to happen. You see a lot of progress, you see happiness in the family, and you see a lot of love being given to the child and even to the mother. Secondly, nothing good rises from blame game. We as dads cannot map our failures, frustrations, anxieties on our wives or kids. We need to refuse, and I say very, very boldly, we need to refuse the ignorant temptation of blaming our wives when we bring forth the different abled child. And when we dads own the story, I believe from my experience, magical things start to happen. You see a lot of progress, you see happiness in the family, and you see a lot of love being given to the child and even to the mother. Secondly, nothing good rises from blame game. We as dads cannot map our failures, frustrations, anxieties on our wives or kids. We need to refuse, and I say very, very boldly, we need to refuse the ignorant temptation of blaming our wives when we bring forth the different abled kids to this world. The fourth thing, I think I have enjoyed very much being by my wife's side and being my wife's partner. And by partner here, I mean exactly being a partner. Look, I do not even want to imagine how difficult or challenging it is for single parents raising kids on the autism spectrum. My wife had boys alone for about 5 years, and she was always exhausted to the point of hating ever having a kid again. When I joined her, and I was an active partner, we paired very well and found a working routine to support our boys. When one partner is down with fatigue, the other is up. For us, partnering has awarded us with the hope, courage, and ability to be holistic parents. We don't even fear challenges, existing or to come. As long as we got each other, we got a solution. Instead, we need to be emotionally healthy and wise in our doing so that we can teach our kids how to understand themselves emotionally and physically. We also need to find ways to tap into their talents and passions and guide them into full and rich life of their own choosing. Remember, it's not what you want, it is learning what the child wants and bring them up with things that they are so passionate about. The bad thing I have experienced is that plenty of times that we need to ask ourselves, what is this that give and we need to continue giving? And from my experience, it's love, hope, compassion, and patience. These are very, very much endless resources. The more you give them away, the more you will endlessly have them. I know raising kids on the spectrum can be very, very challenging, frustrating, and sometimes you would feel like, I cannot love more, I cannot be patient more. But you know what? That is normal. I always go through these cycles. And the truth is, the more you give away, the more these endless resources continue recreating themselves in yourself. So you have much to give and you have much, much more to receive. And finally, dads, the kids on the spectrum need to be advocates. I think we need to raise more awareness about autism, and just like moms do it in the communities. If you go to the churches, to the schools, and even with the government elected leaders, you'll find women are always on the front line. It is time for us men to be in the front line and to create opportunities for our kids with special needs. Remember, it is not just your child who requires support. Other dads out there, just like us, they need us. They need to get to understand a lot of solutions, interventions they can have and give to their kids, to show them that autism is not a life sentence. It is just a different personality than what we consider as normal. And with a little support, just like I have heard with my boys, these beautiful kids grow to be amazing members of our society. They are great achievers and they can achieve their full and limitless lives. So let's work together and support our kids. Again, thank you guys for watching and being a great person helping create a world of many opportunities for kids on the spectrum. Remember to like, comment, subscribe, and share our channels to other people. Bye-bye.